Okay. New. New. Let's see, let's resume. Nope, stop that shit. Stop that. Stop that. You're literally not even having any throttle right now. Okay, welcome over to the new. Yes, I know. I know, horn. Wild, isn't it? Ship detector, piss off. There's no ship detecting happening. Absolutely no reason for you to assume there's a ship detection going on.
Kilo Foxtrot, Romeo, automated weather observation, 0 tree, 0, 0 Zulu. Wind, tree 21 at 1 tree. Visibility, 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 3,300 FT ceiling, 4,700 feet broken. Temperature, 5C, dew point. Tree C, altimeter tree 0, 10, 90.
Restart just because I don't want a chip detector light. Restart. Who's the person who followed over? Because I know the other stream is now still a few minutes behind. We're so back. Hell yeah, we're back. I think Trump would be out here and be like, hell yeah, that's a Huey on my lawn. Or do you think like the Secret Service would be upset about this? It's like if I was president, I'd encourage helicopters to come and land on the front lawn. Like public heliport almost. Like you get permission, of course. But public heliport with approval. Cannot change my radio station here. Is that not allowed? Weather to be different also.
5C dew point. Tree C, altimeter tree 0, 10, 90.
I'd rather not listen to ATIS the entire time. But my toolbar button's not being a toolbar button right now.
Wind, tree 25 at 12. Visibility, 10. Sky condition, ceiling 4,700 feet broken. Temperature, 4C dew point. 4C altimeter.
God, that's annoying. In flight. Okay. We fly the MIA onto the stream. Helicopterception. Okay, so let's see. Let's actually come down here and see if we can get this to spawn in. Get off live conditions. Hello. Custom preset. Oh, clear skies. Back. Wish it did Eastern time and not UTC crap. Is that night? I literally don't know. 24 UTC is 7 p.m. So let's try this. Set as departure. Start flight. Let's get in it. Let's go. Come on, do something good for me. Ooh, it might start me cold and dark. I'll have to go through procedure. Oh well, we'll get through this together, guys. We'll make this a thing. It'll be good. We'll be able to chat. And we're not going to be depressed about cloud-based gaming. Dealing with any... Well, I say downloadable helicopter problems. I don't want to deal with like the aftermarket payware stuff. Ugh. But at the same time, like L407, you can't even start. It's Didn't I just say I wanted to be on the runway? Do I not have a start button here? Ready to fly. Okay, back in VR. Now 26. Okay, cool. So that position's way off. Oh, am I walking now? Okay. Hey, we're in a Huey. It's like old Black Hawk. Sick. Okay. Let's scoot down. Kinda happy with that, how that is. Let's learn how to hijack a Huey together. That's what we got here. Position lights, da 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 da. We have an inverter. We have the battery, the main generator. So battery on. We're gonna turn that off. No! Silence. And that's in the start position. That's where we want it. Because the generator and starter are both the same thing in this bird. Hey. Let's turn our... Yeah, sure, flash, that works. I don't care. Let's look down here. Our governor switch. It's an auto. We have our fuel tanks all on. We'll leave those on for start. We'll leave those on. Cool. I'm happy with that. Let's see what else we have. Chip detector, force, all that stuff's on. Fire test. Fuel gauge test. Sure. I got a starter button on my controller here, or on my controls. What else could I be missing? Do we have any Huey experts here? Fuel's on. Cool, we got that. Sure. Starter. Let's see, Control E. Sure, we'll just skip everything. I'm here to fly, I'm not here to figure this out right now. What happened? I don't know. Literally don't know. I don't know how it got a 10-minute lag and stuff. I know Jake said it was lagging earlier when we first started up. But I don't know what would have caused that much lagging to go on. We got that going on. Okie, let's turn that on. Don't know what that is, don't care. Anti-collision lights on. Cargo release, you don't care about that. We can turn the generator on now since we're all started up. We can turn normal on that. Chip detector. Don't know what IFF is, not sure if I care. Turn those off. De-ice, we don't need that. See the engine oil hot. What? The transmission oil hot. I don't understand. Literally don't understand, guys. I've had this kill the flight before. There's something with starting raw on this, even when I follow the full program, if you will. Take me off on the runway. We're not wasting time. Just hold Y to start it. Yeah, so wild thing on this, so this game literally is in beta phases. You can't convince me that they gave this out to people. Why do they not change all the time? God. Oh, and of course you have the big fucking... Will you at least give me this up here? Ooh, yay. Okay. Give me day. Hell yeah. We're Gucci now, guys. Now let me shrink a little bit. Scoot back. Shrink. Okay. Let's get over here. We're on runway 1 right now, which is the original runway that the plane was supposed to be on. But let's get over here and... Okay, first, get me off this fucking wall. This channel.
Visibility, 9er. Sky condition, clear. Temperature, 15 seats, dew point. 1 tree siege, altimeter, 299er215.
Can you please... Electrical system must be turned on in order to speak to... The electrical system is on, or else I wouldn't be able to fucking listen.
Temperature, 15 seat dew point. 1 tree seat, altimeter 299er215.
Kilo Foxtrot Romeo Romeo. Kilo Foxtrot Romeo Romeo.
I
Automated weather
swear.
observation 0 tree. Clear for takeoff. Runway 15 Blue Streak 5412.
Okay, let's do this. Let's hurry up and do this before something else doesn't go right. So, welcome to Washington, D.C. First and foremost, I was not there. I was not the Black Hawk pilot. I was not the airline pilot, obviously. So I do not know what happened. I can give you the best guess. I've talked to a handful of friends who are more into this than I am, as far as they were air traffic control or talking to FAA people. But yeah, so we're going to start off with that. So yeah, first let's talk about the helicopter corridors through Washington, D.C. There are very specific places that helicopters are allowed to fly through the city. As you can see here, the National Mall, for example, the Congress building, the White House over there. There are a lot of places that you're not allowed to fly in. So to start with, it's a whole special flight rules area, and then you have the area directly around the airport, and then you have all of the national monuments and all the places that you're not allowed to fly, regardless of who you are, unless you are cleared medical, cleared police, or cleared Marine One helicopter coming in to pick up the president. So, can I get out of
Washington Tower, Brickyard 436, ready for IFR departure runway 15. Brickyard 436, 6 altimeter. Washington Tower, American 1975, ready for departure runway 22I.
Anyways, there's a lot of places that you can and cannot fly as a helicopter. And the places that you can fly are considered corridors, and you can imagine them like a very three-dimensional hallway that you have to walk down, like when you were in school or in a building or in a house. The only difference is when you're in one of these three-dimensional hallways, if you will, there are very specific height limits that you can be in. So, for example, I live in Atlanta, or in the Atlanta area. For helicopters flying over or around Hartsfield-Jackson, there are very specific places where they can fly, or where other airplanes can fly whenever they are in the area. So you'll see a lot of medical helicopters that are going south from the Macon area, Macon, McDonough, whatever's down there, as they're heading north to get to the Atlanta-based hospitals, such as Grady, or getting up to like Children's Hospital or something. When they cross near the Atlanta airport, always VFR, and commercial is IFR. IFR would be instrument. So basically commercials, for most part, always IFR. And that's where they take off and they say, okay, cool, we're going to head at this direction. Like, let's say in this older helicopter here without any sort of GPS things. IFR would be, okay, cool, we're going to maintain 800 foot of altitude, which is right there. We're going to maintain our heading right here, which is at like 4 degrees, kind of northeast-ish. And we'll do that for 10 minutes or whatever at what speed, and that will tell you how many miles. Now it's done by GPS and like waypoints that are kind of invisible markers in the sky. VFR is visual flight rules, which is if you can see it, you can fly it. Doesn't really apply to controlled airspace like this. And even then, the helicopter corridors are kind of a VFR, IFR thing. It's special rules, for lack of better terms. I think that's what it's called. But 200 or 2,000 ceilings. So through this corridor, it changes. So around here, it's around a 600 or 700 foot ceiling. The airport's over in that direction. By this point, the planes taking off going north are significantly higher than this. Anybody coming in to land this way, they're going to be coming over you. So I don't remember what all of the exact things are, but as we get over here, we get back down to where, let me speed up real quick with a cheat button. But you're not allowed to fly over the mall, but we're doing this here. Once you get past this bridge over here, you can see we have runway 1 that's over there, runway 33 that's there. When you get over here, your ceiling is at 200, and the corridor is on the very, very far east side of the river here. So right now, I'm at 150 feet. It's a very, very strict altitude thing, especially in DC to begin with, just because of everything that's here in DC. A lot of newer helicopters do have multi-axis autopilots where you can say, okay, cool, you can do an altitude hold at 200, or you can change it to whatever. Yeah, so this is the height that they would be flying. And it's basically once you hit this point here, until you get south of the bridge down here, you have to hang very, very far to the left side of the river here, or right side when you're heading north. And what they said, they wanted visual separation for the CRJ coming in. So I'm going to kind of circle around and do this approach again to explain another thing. They were flying at night. That's a very big thing. And at this altitude, you can see, I'm still at 200-ish feet here. Looking at a plane coming, there's a plane taking off. Looking at any sort of plane coming in that's at a low enough altitude, let's say it's at, because they're already at 1,000+ feet there, let's say it's an airplane at 400 feet, it's only right here on the horizon, or lower. And when you have a whole bunch of buildings and roads and cars and a lot of other lights around you, it's very hard to tell the difference. Depth perception, a big one as well. The depth perception is way off. Also, it'd be a while. I don't know if the simulator does boat positioning, but there seems to be a lot of boats in this particular area, so if it's doing live boat stuff, then it's definitely picking up on the rescue boats. So yeah, let's go over here and hit like a 200-foot hover as well. So the plane that had the collision with it, and actually we'll even get closer to runway 33. And we're down here at 200 feet. They said maintain visual separation of the planes that were usually coming into runway 1, which he saw another plane over here. There's another plane coming in. The plane that hit was coming from this direction at about 200 miles an hour. So by the time it was here, the plane was still probably over that ridge line there. And it was coming into this runway right there. So at this point, let's see, let's put ourselves about where the accident would have been if they were at 200 feet. And we'll actually line up with 33 here to see what the runway bugs are telling us. I think it's going to be too low over here at 200 feet. And the boats move, that's weird. Okay, so let's see, we're lining up with runway 33, location of the accident. Oh no! Ah! Sorry guys. That is called settling with power. Yeah, shut up. That was fun. Let's go. Things to do. Oh, so the whole game froze up. Cool, cool. We're going to restart, but we're still going to chat. And we're going to get in a less picky helicopter. Throw up Task Manager. In that. Let's get back in. So yeah, elevation during contact. I haven't seen exact numbers yet. They are looking at... We were at 200 feet there when we first started looking at the runway. And all the runway bugs that you could see, all the approach lights, where there were the 4 red lights. Game over. That right there was low altitude and getting into settling with power. And as I was settling with power, I pulled in power to help arrest the settling. And while arresting the settling, I added enough to where the helicopter could not maintain heading. So, too soon, man. Jesus Christ. So yeah, settling the power, that's a motherfucker. Also, I think that's the first time I've flown the Huey in this sim. And Hueys have actually, a lot of these bigger bells, they're not the best with tail rotor effectiveness. I know the 407 has a lower tail rotor effectiveness. Jesus Christ. I did it just for the LOL guys, I promise. We're going to throw up there in an A-star next, just because it's going to be not a boat. Eventually. So yeah, anyways. Oh yeah, definitely a lack of skill, that's for sure. I've only flown helicopters in a sim. I know what I did wrong, and that's why I enjoy doing it in this, because it's a way to get it wrong without balling up something that's worth, you know, $250,000 on the ground. Resting with lack of power. Won't take away your little blue name, Jay. So yeah, there's reports, and I can look at this now since we're waiting for the game to load up. DC crash. Altitude. This one was posted an hour and a half ago, so probably relatively recent. Preliminary data shows the Black Hawk at the time was flying at an altitude of 325 feet at the time of the crash. Aviation rules require helicopters on that route above the Potomac to stay below 200 feet. American Airlines Flight 5342's last transmitted altitude was about 300 feet. Data downloaded from the 2 recording devices recovered from the plane is under analysis. So yeah, 325 feet is about what they're saying. Rapid deconstruction. Yep. Unscheduled deconstruction. %. We're almost there, guys. Oh, so yeah, and another thing, so they were looking at that one helicopter, or the helicopter was looking at that one airplane, probably pretty far down the river, 3 or 4 miles. Not far, but further than, and that I've listened to, that they had the aircraft in view, or they had the aircraft in sight. I'm assuming it was the one that was further down, with the other one having circled out to the right, to the east, to come in for 3-3. I feel like they might have been too far off to the left, and as anybody with decent directional headlights or flashlights knows, that if you're not directly in line with whatever the light source is and wherever it's pointing, and you're not looking directly at it, it's like shining past you in front of you, you're not really going to see it unless you're looking for that beam. And then on top of that, you know, if they're at night with a million other lights happening in this area. Let's see, Ronald Reagan. Yeah, let's just set this departure. We're going to move over to an A-star, so it's actually flyable. Let's get out of the rescue configuration, because I don't want 2 people sitting in my damn helicopter the whole time. Okay, let's see. Passengers is better. Saving back. Sure, give it to me. And this one here is probably going to spawn me in at nighttime, so we'll get to see what nighttime looks like. Either way, complete horrible situation all the way around. The impact did happen at 325 feet. I doubt that we'll ever know why the helicopter went up to that height. Black Hawks, as far as I know, they have a radio altimeter, so where it has a radar on the bottom of the aircraft that tells you how far you are off the ground. Kind of like the laser range finders that you have for shooting or for golf, or like when you're measuring wall-to-wall with your DeWalt version, doing any renovations. A lot of airplanes and helicopters have radar altimeters or radio altimeters to let them know how high they are off the ground, for doing specific things and in different reasons. So they would have known. Also not sure how accurate water is with that, but I'm pretty sure it's something that's been figured out. Come on, you got this. You got this game. I believe in you. God, cloud-based gaming is just the best. Whoa! You can hear it? Where are they all going? Okay. Come on. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, work with me here. Apparently they have 3 altimeters. Yeah, so they'll have your standard one, which works on barometric pressure. I believe they'll have a GPS one as well, depending on the year, model, and iteration. And then also the radio one. Is the crash bad for the plane? Oh yeah, definitely. Crashes are bad for planes. I would assume they're equally undesirable. Come on, look, more stuff loaded in. You can do this time. Should be easy peasy. But yeah, so a big thing to also think about is they were doing a night proficiency flight. It's a once-a-year thing. So if you've never worn night vision, you know that it's or if you've never worn it, you don't know, but if you have worn it, you do know it's about a 40-degree field of view that you're getting. So you're not getting a full width of night vision view. You're only really seeing whatever you're looking at. So when you're looking at a whole bunch of lights down river, reflections off the river, the buildings behind the airplane that's on a couple of mile final for runway 1. On top of all that, I don't think you're going to notice any hazing from headlights coming from your left, especially if they're above you at the time and then coming down into you. I doubt the helicopter even knew it was happening until maybe the last second. There's a chance that they were able to catch headlights or the landing lights illuminating their cockpit for a split second. Helicopter 1, they had less casualties. And it was a David and Goliath story too, a much smaller, better KD ratio. Here we go, come on. I love waiting 15 minutes to get loaded into something that's still not complete. So yeah, I doubt that they were able to see anything. And the plane, of course, which I'll hop into a cockpit of one later. But I mean, it's not like a dashboard of a car to where you can see a couple of feet in front of you. You know, it's hugely in your way. Which is another reason why airplanes kind of bug me, because I like looking exactly what's in front of me. Of course, not when I'm driving, but for the most part, you know, I like being able to see what's directly around. You know, when you're landing, you're hardly looking at the runway just because of all that anyways. You're gonna give me a click to start thing here anywhere? Nope. Perfect. Let's leave this for a second. Come down here. Ready to fly. Back in. Oh yeah, looking for an altimeter too while you're doing all the scanning for... I'm assuming they were in VFR. I don't think they were flying IFR. No, I didn't want to get in, you son of a bitch. We're going to do a pre-flight on the outside. Spotting. Shut up. Go away. Elaine Musk. Hello, we are back. Okay, this one's easy. Battery on, fuel pump on, anti-collision lights on, screen on, turn the starter on, wait a few seconds. And N1's gonna go up. FADEX taking care of everything for us because we're sitting in idle. And this is gonna be nice too here. I think we can even do satellite view. Hell yeah. Okay. So, looking here at the tablet, from about here down to this bridge, you're in a 200-foot altitude restriction. The impact, and you're, like I said, you're also flying on the far left of the, when you're flying south, the far left, the east side of the river over here. So the impact happened right here because the plane was coming in for 3-3. We'll come out to this spot now that we're getting up to speed. Get all this going. We'll come out over here and see what that's looking like as far as approach path. And see how that looks like altitude-wise, because I'm not an airplane approach person. So, yeah. Modeling's not bad. She could be better. She could be a baddie like the one that comes with the Cowan Sim R22. She's a blonde baddie. Collective up. Loose on the skids. What's around us over here? Way too much. Let's fly over the fuel truck. I hear that they love that. Okay, airport, crossing your fucking runways. Let's go. That's how you get hit by a plane, guys. Don't do that. Yeah, Mrs. Musk, she's welcome here. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, runway 1, this is where they would have come in if everything had stayed right, but they had a shift in wind. So, where they were, we're over here on 3-3. So if I look at my tablet here, the plane is coming in here, then end up doing a wider sweep to come in here in the correct direction for 3-3. So they had come over here and come over the ridge and swung down in. So now let's get over here. And we'll look at our altimeter, which I have our radar altimeter also. There is so little detail in the water right now. Holy crap. There you go. Let's go over here and get lined up. Now that we're lower, I have detail in the water. It's actually easier to fly because I have a reference. Okay, so I need to come more left. Okay, so right now I'm looking at the landing bugs, which are those 4 red lights to the left of the runway up there. I don't know why they have a building spawned in at the end. I don't know what the auto generation thing picked up to make that think that that was what was supposed to be there. But we're currently at about 75 feet. Let's bring this up. $150 feet. 175 feet. We still have 4 reds, which means we're too low. 200 feet, and we're just hitting the 1 white marker there, just over 200 feet. So if I can stabilize myself here, I'm looking at my radar altimeter, and y'all can actually see both, I believe. Yeah, just around the 200 mark, we get the 1 white bug indicator. If you don't know where I'm looking over here. Usually 2 red, 2 white like that is the appropriate, and that is about, that looked like 210-ish feet or so. So what they were saying is that, actually I'm going to come and circle into this approach at 325 feet. Airhead, definitely. There's a Huey in the water. We don't talk about the Huey. I see there's a plane circling in for I can't even see the plane. It's not rendered in. Or maybe he's way up. I can't tell. Oh no, I can see him down there landing now. Okay, so anyways, let's head over here. Can I move this up to 325? Yeah, 350. Okay, cool. So we'll try to put our bug at 350, which is the alleged bit there. We're on point there. Of course, the radio altimeter is not the best once you start getting over like 200 feet. It's kind of made for long lining and stuff, at least in this airframe. So you can see that's 4 whites right there, where they're at 300 feet, or 350. Did I have it at 350? Is that what it was? 260, 350, yeah. So anywhere in between there, we have the 2. And white would be slightly too high. All white there, and that's at 275. So the plane may be a little bit high if they were lower on the correct landing, but I also assume they were probably not hand flying it in. Elaine is America Treasure. No, I have not covered the Kobe thing yet. Yeah, we're all protective of you, Mrs. Musk. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll do the Kobe situation. Is that too soon to do that joke of just diving it into the ground? So yeah, helicopter should have been at 200 feet. We'll finish up our DC section here. Helicopter should have been at 200 feet. Initial reports are currently saying that it was at 300 to 325 feet. If that's true, I don't know yet. We're still a couple of days after the incident. With that said, also, even if they were at the correct altitude, there still probably could have been a problem. Even if they were at 200 feet, there still could have been an impact because that was within the very low end of the approach path. So they could have been slightly high, plane could have been slightly low, but at the end of the day, they were told to maintain visual separation, and I believe they were looking at a visual separation of something down here and not noticing the thing that's right there coming in. So there's the Matthews analysis of what happened. We'll do the Kobe joke at the Kobe location, which I don't know exactly where it is, but I have a good idea. Let's land at this helipad. Don't know what it is, but that's going to be where we're going to finish off this location. Probably a hospital or something. We'll do a good little medical approach or whatever, so we'll come in slow. Let's get rid of our tablet. I don't need this shit. Go away. So yeah, medical approach would be more of a coming in very slow forward and very slow down, because they want to make sure that you cleared any obstacles. You'll usually have your medical crew in the back keeping an eye out for you. It's always good to trust your crew. A lot of places also have a 51% rule, so if one person doesn't feel comfortable with a flight, they can say, hey, I don't want to go. I see this weather thing that's kind of tweaking me out, or for whatever reason, the whole crew doesn't go because one person doesn't like it, which is good. That way you can keep yourself accountable with stuff. Okay, let's turn this bad boy off, and then not wait for it to cool down, because this isn't a helicopter I've bought in my career mode, so I'm not worried about hurting it. And smack the brakes immediately. Let's read these comments while we're slowing down. Well, of course, I'll say Kobe. Last week was anniversary of Kobe, I think so. Yeah, NTSB reports, depending on the situation, this is an extremely public one just because of what it was. I expect it to take longer. I don't know if y'all remember, but I think last year around this time, there was a Challenger 601 that happened to, does it say what these are flying? Yeah, neat. Albatross, cool. Let's head out west. Change the time of day again. San Francisco, LA. I think he was in the mountains somewhere up here between Thousand Oaks and LA. So we'll pick somewhere up here. Successful landing, yeah. Okay, so Kobe, what were we getting at? Yeah, NTSB. So, in the Challenger accident that happened last year, I believe. Wait, Sean, did the Challenger accident happen when we were at AAI? I think it might have. Anyways, we'll take off of Camarillo over here. Says departure. We're going to get something similar to what he was in. The 222 Bravo. Variant, of course, we're not going to... There you That looks blingy, doesn't it? Ooh, wait. It's long enough where we can make the jokes on this. Cool. Anyways, Calabasas by Malibu. It still hasn't had a report for 9/11. But yeah, I think they had the Challenger report out like very, very shortly after. Like maybe a day or two, where they had found some sort of anomaly in the fuel system. Because they were able to look at different things, look at the position of switches, look at how different things were, for lack of better terms. Anyways, they were able to get a preliminary report out on the Challenger 601 accident that crashed into the highway, like south of Tampa, in one of those retirement cities down south of Tampa, not the villages. That's kind of center Florida. But they were able to get that accident report out pretty quick. Sure, it was a very popular or big news thing, but it also wasn't a huge news thing, sadly enough. Just because there's certain things that people... Ouch. Oh, the baddie's back. Yeah. Let me in. Who are you? Keep your hands to yourself. Yeah, I believe they were in a Sikorsky S-76, which is similar-ish to this. Yeah. Let's see where everything's at. Let's get my chat back up. Okay, let's see. We got battery and stuff up here. Battery on. Fuel valve on. Fuel valve on. Fuel prime. Fuel prime. Anti-collision lights. Hydraulic systems on already. Cool. That's what I want to see. Let's go ahead and hit start on engine 1. If I'm good, I believe. Yeah, sure. Let's see, search. Crazy that I can get the Wikipedia article with that, but I can't just like post those coordinates. Open a Google Maps, give it to me. Okay. Oh, well, that was much closer to the oaks and stuff than I expected it to be. Okay, I might actually have to, what I'm going to do, I'm going to back out of this real quick and throw that in a pre-flight. Or no, I don't think it crosses over. We'll resume here. Because I know generally where that's at. Okay. Let's sit taller. Let's go here. I've got both engines spinning. They're doing their thing. Let's go ahead and start rolling the throttle up. Let's see, hydraulic system. Let's get the generators on. Inverters on. Instrument lights. Let's get fuel prime off. You knock you down. Landing lights, position lights. Pitot heat. Actually, no, I'm leaving the no smoking sign off. Y'all feel free. Seatbelt signs off. Also, y'all have complete freedom in the cabin. You can turn off. So why is that not satelliting for me? Okay. Recheck in chat, make sure nothing out. Yeah, I copy and pasted the coordinates. So we should be Gucci. But also I don't want to go through the effort of trying to put those in that system. So I'll be doing this with my map autism. Cool, we're at speed, we got everything good, let's just take straight off. A lot of left pedal in this helicopter. And also, this is a big fucking helicopter, so we'd be blowing that plane around right now. We're gonna be heading south. We're gonna kind of follow PCH down-ish. The pre-fire Palisades. And actually I need to put the gear up since we're scooting now. Cool, there we go. Gear coming up. Which honestly looks cool as shit to me. Like, landing geared helicopter is very cool. Because, like, let's be honest, this right here looks stupid. Actually, I'm too fast right now for them to come down. Hold up a second. Like, look at how silly that looks. Imagine being that poor. And then, we pop those bad boys back up again. Hell yeah. Gangster. Okay, let's get back in here. See, I can tap here. I don't know, why am I not where I'm supposed to be? No. That's so dumb. I'm just going to end that so that way I can actually put a... Because what we're looking at, we're going to be right in here somewhere. I'm going to set it as arrival. That's Westlake Village, so we're east of Westlake. There's Calabasas. Looks like there's a reservoir there. Is that what that is? Yeah, reservoir. We're up this reservoirs thing. It looks like this here. I wonder if there's a Kobe Memorial there. I'm sure there is. There's gotta be. Okay, so let's see. Set as a rival. Okay, tablets. Close tab. LA County Sheriff's. Yeah, we'll give ourselves a little flight in here from here. Sure, I'll just set that as that. And we'll kind of recreate it a bit. We'll see. We'll see how good we can do. How fateful of a recreation. Actually, I'd rather leave this like on the spot. So that way, if I'm not able to see this, this feels respectful. Jake, your humor never goes unnoticed. You are a meme page admin, after all. His daughter would be proud. Let's see, ready to fly. Let's get myself taller. Mrs. Bryant. Get rid of this crap for now. Let's see, all's good. I wonder if my brakes are off yet. Yeah, my brakes are off. Crazy. Don't need to roll though. Don't need to go north either. Okay, let's do this, boys. Let's get this gear up. Let's put it in speed mode. Also, let's see. We're gonna put it at like a few clouds. Bottom altitude 1200. Density. Cloud coverage more. Okay, we'll start there and we'll probably tweak that a little bit more as we go. Why would I put those in the back? They get to ride in the front. That's called equal rights or something. I don't know. Let's see. We'll follow our kind of markers over here, and I may have to move our clouds lower. What I understand about the day let's see, we need more fog. Let's get it lower. Ah. Ooh. Ah. No. What's happening here? Why am I out of there? Gonna do weather here. Is that easier? Just trying to type in. I guess since I have my number 1 set to my number 1 and number 2 buttons set to things. It was not a fan of me clicking the number 2 to try to type in like 1,000 or whatever. Rosa Parks had a car. She had a car? Why was she on the bus? It's like you're just asking for problems. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. Let's go. I'll bring the density down a little bit. Scatter all the way up. Because I want to hit the same spot too. Do I still have sound? Yeah, we still got sound. We're good. She was actually white. See, first of all, power lines there, that'd be dangerous as shit. So, from what I understand with Kobe, obviously he's a very popular figure. You know, he was extremely popular basketball player. Mr. Six Beer Thumb, I believe your sister-in-law actually had posted about it the other day on social media, where she was like a in memory thing. So yeah, it definitely was a recent thing. Yeah, and when you get somebody like that, I would assume, in your helicopter, and they say, hey, we need to go here to go do this thing. Typically your answer is, yes, sir. Even if it's something that's a sketchier sort of flight, you get a bit, for lack of better terms, starstruck. I think me and you, though, we have a better ability to say no to something like that just because we've worked with famous people for so long in our jobs. And we've dealt with them directly, and we know how to tell them to, like, fuck off, sorry, you can't do that. And even at that point, it's like, cool, I could lose my job, but I would rather say, no, I'm not going to let you do something absolutely retarded with a gun. Than have somebody do something actually retarded with a gun, you know. Ronaldo Rump in the attic. So yeah, some people don't have the luxury of saying, no, this guy had plenty of hours, so I feel like he could have gone and flown anywhere. But also this could have been a big contract for him, like, hey, we have somebody really important, we really want you to fly well. We really want you to be a good pilot for this person. Should I move you down here to where I can just have you up so we can mess with you? Yeah. I like that. Actually, I want this back up here, because whenever I look forward, it resets its view. Or at least for my mouse. And density. I want these things thick, like, can't see through them thick. I mean, you can see, we'll turn this up a little bit here. Oh, nope. I won't. More. Like, when you get into the soup here, there is no ability to, like, visually reference where you are. Right now, flying's pretty easy because... Didn't you say yes to Alec? I actually told that production no. They asked a whole bunch of Georgia people to go out there. But I think everybody here told them to respectfully fuck off. I want to give myself this altitude because I think we're above stuff here. But when you get into something like this, what's my altitude now? 2,700 feet? Actually climb up some. Why does it seem thin? I want damaging clouds here, guys. Oh, come on. Ooh, I like that one. It looks like a fucking Arizona dust storm. But yeah, a lot of times people don't know how to say no. And when something's obviously dangerous, like flying into this, I have no idea what the elevation is on the mountains over there. We're going to try to maintain 2,000 feet. And let's just see if that works out for us. What do you think? Might not be at the Kobe location, but we're just going to maintain a 2,000 foot elevation here and see if we can fly instrument through this. So I'm already at 2,100 going up. So I got to reduce power a little bit. Once we get into here, it is flying in a box. And it's already harder to see. I'm watching my ball there in the center to make sure I'm flying straight and level. I can see the ground a little bit below me, but I can't tell if I'm aiming straight down or not. See, what am I doing here? I am losing a lot of airspeed. See, there's a mountain there. I'm watching my instrument so closely to make sure that I'm not going to do anything wrong, and there's a mountain there. I realized I was losing airspeed because you don't have a visual reference on how fast you're going because you can't see the ground. You get lost in your instruments because you have to fly in your instruments in a case like that. And then all of a sudden you're looking at your instruments making sure that you're actually level, because that's the big thing. You have no reference other than where's my laser pointer at? You have no reference of whether you're flat other than this. Because as you're flying, your experience is 1G. You have 1G of gravity, and that's pointing down or whatever. So your 1G of force is straight down this way. And now the cool thing is, there's the old story of a airplane test pilot who did a 1G roll in a 747 or something like that. Maybe a 707. Either way, there was a pilot who did a 1G roll. Oh, we're kind of here on path anyways. In an airplane. And when you do that 1G roll, I mean, it's a very simple... Can't really do it in the helicopter, but like a very fluid movement when you're doing it. Of course, this isn't it. We're going to get out of this before we kill ourselves. But a 1G roll in an airplane, you can more or less do it in any sort of airplane, because the way you put the motion into it, it maintains that 1G force that you're feeling in just straight and level flight. So with that said, when you get into the soup where we couldn't see anything over there when we were flying in that cloud, if you have just a slight like mistouch on your stick somehow, and I'm watching my center gauge there, you see I'm at a 45-degree angle, but this is more or less a 1G turn where my ass is not feeling any difference of acceleration. I'm not feeling like I'm going faster, I'm not feeling like I'm going slower, I'm feeling in like the same state. And we had flown in earlier, I lost about 100 knots of airspeed because I was too busy watching just that one particular gauge. I was pretty much just watching this. I'll use the laser pointer. I was pretty much just watching this gauge here and this gauge here. This one over here went from around 100 knots all the way down to 40, and I started getting a warning because I was losing that speed. I also might have been getting a radar altimeter warning. I don't know what it was telling me, but luckily I was able to see the ground before we got to it. And my assumption is he was told how to start a wildfire. I'll show you that at the same time that I show you do a kickflip. Here comes a kickflip. 45-degree up, about 100 knots in this helicopter, over to the left, and around lower the collective to come out of it. Fun fact. Thank you, Cletus Video. Anyways, actually, how are we heading north now? We're trying to go south, guys. What are y'all doing? thing. Yeah, there we go. This is the correct one. Anyways. Yeah, so my assumption is our pilot here for Kobe was attempting to fly the helicopter. And that's usually what is said. Oh, we're actually here at the accident site now, and there is a cloud. Hell yeah. And that's typically... Let me see if I can tab into this too. Yeah. And that's typically what they tell you to do. They say, hey, your job is to fly the helicopter. You know, when something goes wrong, you can't freak out and say, oh my god, I'm doing this, or I'm doing this, or blah, 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 blah. Your job is to fly the helicopter in whatever way, shape, or form that is. That's up to you. You fly the damn... You fly it, you know. If you're in visual flight rules or whatever, and really in any emergency situation, you're watching your gauges. Not enough clouds here, but for some reason my whatever thing's not working. So, anyways, we can assume that this would have been the last thing they saw a few feet before they hit the ground. Just like that, ish. Kobe accident, ladies and gentlemen. Sucks that it happened, but I think part of it is a bit of fear of saying no to somebody famous in a situation of, oh my god, we want their work. Shut up, Master Caution, I know I'm going slow. You can be quiet. Look, I'll even put the gear out to make you happy. I think part of it's, you know, like, hey, we can't say no to this client. This client's a very important person. And I think another contributing factor to it also was in these mountains and stuff here, you end up losing some of your radio connection. Damn it, I didn't say Kobe. He might have been too good at b-ball. I didn't even let that conspiracy theory cross my mind. Tab. It sucks that I can't get the weather thing to re-pop back up here. Actually, I wonder if I can do... Hold on with me for a second, guys. I'm going to pop out of VR. If I can get it. This way, which is weird. I'm getting like a move the window around icon. I love beta testing a game. That's great. Also, look how much better the graphics are. When I'm not making the machine push VR. But it's just not as fun. Anyway, back into it. I also think that was a potential of him attempting to follow the road here. And during that following the road, the clouds and stuff got thick enough to where he couldn't see the road anymore, or he thought he knew one of the paths through the hills. Like listening to some of his radio communications, it kind of did sound that way, where he got into the instrument conditions, and when it all went dark on him, he thought he was going the right way, and he wasn't. But at the end of the day, it was just heavy fog and stuff, and they were not going to mess it up this time. But Kobe, yes, I know. Beep 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 beep. Silence. Here, put the gear down. What I want to do, I want to go hop into a CRJ. I'm not sure if that's a usable aircraft in this game. Does my escape button not work? There we go. Okay, in flight. I want to show you all the dashboard of the CRJ. I swear if I get canceled for Kobe. Let's see. CRJ out of... Let's go Gold Coast. Kingsford Smith International. Man, there's a lot of fucking planes there. Bankstown, there's less planes here. We're gonna take off from somewhere. Let's see. I'm not sure if the CRJ is an option, but we'll see if we can find something close. Who makes a CRJ? Why am I blanking on this right now? Is it Bombardier? Look at that little bitty Beechcraft. Citation longitude. Yeah, it's going to be way back here, if anything. Or I don't even think they have a CRJ. Yeah, we'll do Boeings do they have? 7877. No older Boeings? Wow. Airbus 321 maybe. Let's do the 321. Okay, see you, bud. Get to bed. I know I gotta do shit tomorrow, but I don't care. I'm doing this right now. I've already worked out tonight. What's everybody else doing? Jake still in here? How you doing, bud? Thanks again for dropping in and taking on moderator status. We're gonna ban the word Huey in chat. The sound's good. I'll give it that. I do love the Huey sound. Also, huge fan of cloud-based gaming if I've never said it before. I want to make sure that y'all know my fandom of cloud-based gaming. Hell yeah, let's do this. We're in it now, boys. No idea what we're in.
Tower Airbus Victor Hotel Romeo, Mike India, ready for straight out departure at runway 29C.
Woo! This runway feels short. This runway feels really short. Okay, so we're gonna throw some fucking flaps up in this motherfucker. Come on, load yourself in. Laser pointer, you gonna work? Let's see. Why not? Hey, there we go. That's a thing. Full flaps, that's what we want. Ground spoilers, don't need those. Auto throttle. That's all good. Parking brake's probably on. There we go. We are in Toga. Whole bunch of red lights. That doesn't matter to me. Pushing forward. We're going to hit a speed of around the end of the runway and have our fingers crossed. Shoo, boys. She's light. There we go. Back on the throttle some. We're just cruising. Let's take the laser pointer. Let's drop a flap there, and we can put a gear up. I can drop all the flaps. Fuck it. What am I? I'm not an airline pilot. What am I sipping on? Water. I'm an adult. Okay, let's make this feel like I'm sitting in it for real, because that's kind of like what I wanted to come in here for. To fold your armrest? Oh yeah, get out of here. You don't even have flight details. Go away. I ain't doing shit. I do want to kind of see back over here towards where we were. How fast am I going? Probably way too fast. Yep. See, there's no smoking sign. Where's the no smoking sign? I want to turn that shit off. I don't know. Passengers, this is your captain speaking. You are allowed to smoke. Disregard any non-smoking sign. I want to make somewhat of an approach. Oh, we'll use the other airport over here, Kingsford. Throw some power back in so we're not going too slow. Hang back over to the left. But as you can already see here, my view is very limited as to what's going on. And can I edit things here? Am I allowed to do this here? Oh yeah, bud. Oh yeah. So let's yeah, bud. No. Sure.
2,500.
That works. Okay, so we're coming over here towards whatever. Push this out of the way a little bit. I'm gonna go and set our flaps to 1. I don't know what our runway situation is over here. I think they have some that go out to the water. I'm going to pretend that that's one kind of over there. And if not, we'll circle around and do a different approach. But I want to show how invisible things are. I can fold your other armrest too? Fuck you, first officer. Hell yeah. Let's see what our runway situation looks like. So we have one there that looks like a runway... runway 7 or 8 or something like that. I feel like that other long stretch has got to be a runway. It's got to be. Because I see other blue lights and stuff. Now, I'll also say with this that there's usually a, like an autopilot-esque approach to things like this. You know, it's not like they're just... not necessarily just hand flying these things in here like this. What the... I guess the lights automatically turned on or something strange. I'll do a circle around this airport first. Shut up. Quit beeping at me. I know I'm going fast. Overspeed. Overspeed. But there also is the thing that a lot of pilots, whenever they are getting into an area, and say, hey, let's hand fly this in here. So we're going to do just that. We're going to hand fly it in there. And actually, they would have had a different approach than this. We're still at 1,500 feet there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of circle around. And we're going to come in for this runway. Now that I know there is a runway here, this is what we're going to shoot for. Oh, those lights were the landing gear lights. Okay, and it just illuminated through. Gotcha.
Don't sink.
Don't sink. Suck my ass.
Don't sink.
We got this, bud.
Don't sink.
We're gonna do a little flyby for tower here. I hear they love that
Don't
shit.
sink.
Look, but I'm flying this
Don't
like a little
sink.
fucking
1,000.
Piper PA-28.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
I'm not sinking. Watch your mouth.
Too low. Terrain.
There's not terrain, I can see.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
Oh no, toga power, we're going around. Turn left, heading 270. Yeah, we're gonna do a bit more. I would kind of feel bad doing the approach itself at DC. So we'll do it here in Australia. Flying upside down, of course. I feel like we'll come way down there, kind of across this sound or whatever, and make this loop road our turnaround style or path or whatever. Four people in here now. Wow. Big numbers tonight. Thanks, guys. Also, this Philly crash, I know the black boxes or the flight data recorders for airplanes. I know they're extremely tough. So I have hope that they'll be able to recover some sort of flight data recorder from this Learjet accident in Pennsylvania. The visuals from that crash were wild. I'm actually surprised there's not more video from the Black Hawk incident, from dash cams or Ring doorbells or whatever. But also, you know, I understand that it's not the normal thing. So here's a good point here. I'm banking left like that plane would have been doing. Let me tell you what I can see to the right. Nothing. I can see the sky. Let's see, grab my pointer again. Let's throw some more. There's another plane coming in for a landing. Let's follow him. He looks like he knows what he's doing. Boop. Yep, there's my landing gear coming down. Boop, boop, boop. This plane really doesn't like me flying. That's for sure. Also, you know, it sucks that I have no idea what I'm doing with the airplane stuff. I have a good idea, but, you know, it's not a great idea. There's no way I'm this high. Have it way lower if we want to really imitate the approach. Sorry if I'm quiet, I'm kind of attempting to focus. But also, I'm just here having a good time. Gonna race this bad boy here in for like runway, like 3-1 left or whatever it is. Not sure where he's going. See, I've got gear down, 3 in the green. That's good. I've got 2 flaps. That's good-ish. I'm really low on the approach currently.
$1,000.
1,000. Okay, cool.
Speed, speed, speed.
Oop, here comes a stall. Toga.
Don't sink.
This is me not knowing what I'm doing. My landing bugs are showing me very low. It's understandable. And here, like I said, they'll probably be hand flying. This is about the angle that they were doing the turn in. And you can see to the right, I cannot see anything this way. I am, for lack of better terms, blind to my right there. And they were even lower during that turn because they are coming in for landing. I mean, they're way another 300, 400 foot lower than this. And here, once again, I'm looking at what's ahead of me. TCAS, the traffic collision avoidance system, usually doesn't, or usually ticks itself off at a certain altitude, just so you're not consistently getting hits from other airplanes on the ground. Throttle off, kind of coasting this bad boy in now.
300.
So you hear I'm showing way too high because I'm
Too
off the
low,
glide slope.
flaps. Too
200.
low, flaps.
Shut up.
Speed,
I'm,
speed,
Flaps.
speed.
watch your ass, guys. I know what I'm doing.
Speed,
Flaps.
speed. 100.
Look, I don't know how many passengers
Too
are
low,
here,
flaps.
but they are in safe hands. Fuck off.
Too
Why?
low, flaps.
Go-
Too
Look,
low,
I'm
flaps.
still gonna go for it.
50. 40.
Too low,
30.
flaps.
I'm not too low.
20.
I'm trying to land.
Retard. 10.
Retard. I know I am. Why is there wind? Yeah, I'm not making that turn off, guys. I hate to tell you. Okay, we're toasting these brakes here, guys. Shoo! I am going to land this airplane. Ugh. Yeah, me flying fixed wing feels funny, okay? I'd rather fly like fun fixed wing. The big stuff, it's just like, it doesn't appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. Let's see, let's do pits. No, I want to do the extra. Let's do a fun fixed wing. Let's really make it weird. Extra. Saving back. Let's go somewhere with a view. Let's fuck around London. I haven't done any London flying. London City Airport. That's fun. I like that. Wait for it to load in. The Extra is an extremely capable fixed-wing airplane. Change the title of this video to Helicopter pilot flies fixed-wing for the 5th time. Actually, I had to do a good bit of fixed-wing stuff, at least in the sim here, to go through the licensing process in career mode, which I'm terrified to open career mode at the moment. Just because I haven't been on in a week, and it's going to be like, oh my god, all my planes are out of service because they don't have people looking after them or whatever, and it's like, I hire people to do that shit. I don't want to have to log on every single day to take care of my things. This game's broken, for lack of better terms. Give me the details. Come on, we're close. We're close. You're from London. Well, at least our schools aren't shooting galleries. Preset. Clear. Large, medium. Actually, I want to start on the runway. I don't know what the startup procedure is on this. I actually don't think I've flown the Extra yet. I might have in 2020. I don't think I've done it in 2024 yet. But this would be like a plane that you would see in like a Red Bull Air Race. That's what this style of plane is. For those of you who are just now joining,
City Tower, Extra Golf,
Why are
Hotel
you in
Red
here?
Kilo, Mike ready at runway
Elaine.
27 straight out departure.
So yeah, for those of you that are joining, I am helicopter enthusiast, helicopter supremacist even, and we kind of went over all the recent incidents here. Can I get... Let me scoot forward a little bit. See, like, I like being tall in the plane. I like seeing the cowling. I just wave my hands in front of my face. I like seeing the cowling. That's a thing for me. I'm like right up here at the top of it. What'd you say, Jake? A license for that VR sim? Hell no. And we're gonna whip it like we ain't got a license either. I'll tell you that. So yeah, for those of you that are watching and you're not familiar, I only have helicopter controls. Actually, that's kind of annoying. I need to shrink down a little bit. I only have helicopter controls. I don't have airplane controls. So I'm doing this with very similar controls to what the Robinson R22, R44. Actually, I think these are 44 replica controls. And hard left. The roll rate on these planes are unreal. Do I get G black out here? Actually, yes, I do, because it'll kill me. Shut up, you're good. Forgot that I can like do full throttle stuff with this. Up we go. Watch the wingtip, because that's how you see what you're doing.
Leaving my airspace frequency, change approved.
Hard turn. Follow it down, riding the horn and pushing out. It would be cool to fly one of these things one day. Just because there's such an extreme version. Like, they can handle like 12 Gs or something like that. It's an unreal amount of abuse that they can take.
Extra Mike, Kilo Mike, did you hear my last transmission?
Yeah, I heard your last transmission. I'm not going to answer you, though. I'm busy running from the Kappas. Not good, guys. Not good, not good, not good. Yep. Helicopter pilot flies an airplane. Trying to do some Top Gun over the top of a building and flip it upside down so that way you
Extra
can
Mike, Kilo Mike,
do
did
a
you hear
quicker
my last
pullover.
transmission?
Nope. Partially, I also think it's my controls because I don't exactly have a... Yeah, that's it. I'll blame it on the controls. 2 crashes in like 10 minutes. And that's the only crashes today other than the purposeful Kobe's. There's definitely nothing at the beginning. At least not on this stream. The other one's going to go private. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Extra Mike, Kilo Mike, did you hear my last transmission?
God, I hate the ATC. I wish I could turn ATC off and just fly sometimes. Also, you can see the ailerons moving. Very neat. Let's fly the river. The Shard. I hate London. Absolutely despise it. So let's see.
Extra
Let's
Mike, Kilo
think of a
Mike,
cool trick to
ATC
do.
services
Ooh, London
terminated.
Bridge.
Good day.
That bitch be falling down and shit that I hear. Is this London Bridge? I don't know. It's a bridge. Hey boys, what up? That's upside down. Through the bridge. Helicopter controls. Let's go. I was actually very impressed I did that. Yeah, I don't even know what a Huey is, honestly. Never heard of her. Hewer, I don't even know her. Also, it's kind of weird knowing, like... Of course, these are shorter wings, but like with the fucking Airbus earlier having to worry about wing width and everything. It's almost like reprogramming my brain on how I'm supposed to move there, because I was doing the Top Gun go up and be upside down. I have to remember to push forward instead of down and then pull up to do the crest. And see there, I don't know why I'm in the stall. I don't understand why I'm in the stall there. Here, chill, 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 chill. I know you're a fast plane. I know you're... I don't understand. Like, I have airspeed there. I don't know why the stall is a thing. Actually, let's gain some altitude. Let's try this, like, way up, where I'm not worried about ground impacts as much. 'Cause that's something I want to figure out. Let's see. Let's make sure we got a good, consistent speed. Let's see. Flip it over. Push up. See, I have the stall horn. Weird. Maybe it was asking too much from my my tail. I don't know. Weird. Also, I'm completely off throttle right now. Just this dive right here is maintaining 140 knots. Let's try to crab it a little bit. Hell yeah, we stay on the stall horn here. Full throttle, pull me out of it. I feel like there's something I want to try in fixed wing stuff, but I don't remember what I wanted to try. Because, like, my brain works with trial by fire. There's something tall over there. I learned by the mistakes, and I kind of learned by running and then slowing down to the crawl. Right rolls are weird. I guess I'm a left roll person. You kind of have to like learn how to push the stick into doing this. So if I'm sure most people watching this are plane people, I would assume. When you do your roll, you don't just keep pushing one way because you end up with that downward angle. So as you're doing it, you kind of pull up a little bit, start your roll, and then you have to push forward while you're upside down, because right now pulling back is going up, but if you're upside down, pulling back steers you down, so you have to push forward. So in the middle of your rolls, you have to push forward a little bit to keep level. And I guess my brain works very well with the left version of it to where I can keep straight, but the right version of it, I'm still a bit iffy on, where it's not like a natural snatch or natural thing for me. But I'm a big fan of natural snatches. Big naturals. Not so much on the snatches, but big naturals I'm also a fan of. DMs are open. Let's see if we can do the Top Gun thing here. We're gonna crest the shard your pants here. Can't see it, can't see it, can't see it. Trying to keep my angle of attack relatively low with it, but that seemed to have worked better. A lot of yachts here in London for some reason. Okay, let's head back to London Airport, set this bad boy down. Tail wheels, tail draggers are a bit of an event to land. There's no flaps in this airplane. We can see by looking right there's no flaps, just ailerons. London Airport has this wild approach over everything. But do we want to do the correct approach to London Airport? That's a maybe. The lane would get out of my way. I wonder what it looks like in her seat. It feels like I'm sitting way too far forward now. Weird. Okay. Power off. Start the coast. Coming in. Let's go and just kill altitude. I wanna level myself off coming in. Actually, I'm on the perfect approach right now. Except I'm fast. Still killing speed. Still looking good. A little low. Put the power back in. Really low, putting the power back in. Move your fucking hat, Elaine. Can't see what the bugs are. Only a little bounce, not bad. On the brakes, on the brakes, on the brakes. Cool. We didn't die. Take this high-speed turn off. Full rip. No. Let's do a donut for these dudes. I'm sure they... Actually, I freaking pulled my brake setup like it was an e-brake. This thing doesn't want a ground loop. That's kind of sad. I guess nice, but... Okay, cool. Whatever. We're stopping. Almost had a prop strike. What else you want to see me fly? We're here. I'm kind of in a fixed wing mood right now. Unless you want to see helicopters. I'm also in a helicopter mood. I'm in whatever mood. Let's look what silly shit we have. What the fuck is that? That would be neat. Freaking Hercules. 8 engines? Is there even a water runway that's big enough for that here? Let's go all the way over here. Carbon Cub's very neat. Ooh, actually, I wonder if H-I-J... No, no Learjet. Okay, guys, in chat, I see you got 4 of them. What do I fly now? I'm a helicopter guy, so I'd prefer helicopter stuff, but we can make fixed wing work also. What are we flying? Where are we flying? I need a place. I need a vehicle. And if it's boring, I'm not going to do it. When I say boring, I mean those. That's a negative. Albatross, that thing's weird. Let's see. Kind of want to do a full startup on the 225 or the... And I'm also not going to do any of these eVTOL stuff. Their mapping or something is off to where it just doesn't work for the controls. I've tried. Alps. Okay, we're going to the Alps. We fixed winging. We PC-24 because I think their factory's in the Alps in the Pilatus. Look, there's other people in here. Either you're watching without sound and you have no idea what's going on, or your thumbs are broken, and I'm sorry to hear that. Didn't mean to make fun of you with broken thumbs. Let's see. Notre Dame. We're going to fly into the Alps. We're going to use a very Alpsy looking helicopter. Set as departure. Let's Oh, that says helicopter. What are these places? Royal driving experience. Sky Aviation. Mont Blanc. Cool. Cool. I like this. Set as arrival. Fly something gay? Your mom's not in the game, bud. Ooh. Ew. It's night. Ugh. We want sunrise over the Alps. We'll change this. This will change. Don't you worry. Because I want sunrise over the Alps. Sunrise over the Alps is going to be beautiful. Crap. Okay, why don't I have doors? Kinda want doors. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's scoot forward. Let's get our seating position good. This star's kind of just like the A star. We have a battery and a fuel pump. We turn our anti-collision lights on. We can turn that on right there. Can't read them because they're too damn bright. Is there a... silence. Don't want to hear that. Turn our landing lights on. That's all good. Horn, yeah, you can come back on, I guess. Okay, Fadek. Yep, you're good. You're good. You're good. Chill. Continue. Why are you so bright? There's a menu here somewhere. Menu. Menu. Backlight. Holy crap, so much better. Okay, cool. And we have synthetic vision. Very fun. Tower, this is a helicopter. You mean nothing to me. I own a helicopter. We're going to go to the Alps, bud. I'm not listening to that shit. Get out of here. We're going this way. Torque is good, power is good, everything is green. Turn those landing lights off. Don't need those anymore. I don't remember the last time I've been to the Rockies. You know, I'm just thinking about the sheer size of the mountains out there compared to where I live now, currently. Which the Appalachians, sure, they're big mountains, you know, but they're not big like this. Appalachians are that, maybe. Like, what's our altitude here? We're at 2,400 feet. I think the highest peak in Georgia may be 5,000. I can't remember. It's Brasstown Bald. Yeah, all this stuff here is just such a completely different world to an extent. What other buttons do I have down here? Searchlight, sling, sand filter. No, I don't need none of those. Panel options. I like that one. Whatever, I like those more. We'll see. We'll play with that. Ooh. PMA 50, hell yeah. I forgot I had downloaded that. Yeah, we're gonna come over here and find this helipad. We're just cruising right now. We're over in Switzerland, France area. We're messing with the Alps. Welcome to all the viewers. I see 5 of you in here right now. Feel free to say hey. If you have any ideas for things to do after this, I'm not going to promise you I'm going to be on too much longer, as it's currently a 3 hours since I started streaming. We had to reset the stream because it for some reason was lagging 10 minutes behind real time. Yeah, if you have any suggestions, feel free to say something. Drop a comment, a like. If the stream stops, I am on Starlink currently, so we do have a little bit of lagging in the stream stopping problem, but I myself do not stop streaming with it, so just refresh the page. If you missed it earlier, we did go over the DC incident, because me being a helicopter person, I have a bit of insight into that, although I wasn't there and I'm not an expert, so don't take my word as gospel by any means. We're still waiting for NTSB data, of most importantly, what the altitude was of the impact. Actually, right now, unrelated, we're going to aim for this little pocket right there. It looks like it'll be a good reveal to the sunrise. Yeah, what we kind of figured out from flying around that area here was, if the helicopter was at 200 feet, as they should have been in the corridor, it might have been okay. Still very, very close for the approach path. If it was up any higher, it surely would have been a problem. Also, for them to say that they had visual confirmation, they were probably picturing whatever jet was further south, but I believe those secrets died in the river with everybody in the accident. Nice little reveal here. Sadly, I don't think we will ever know what happened, truly, other than just the numbers and the data. Oh, cool, look at the little town down there. Hell yeah, Jake. We're gonna have such a romantic flight in real life one day, me and you. It's gonna be great. Also, you're playing Arma right now. I forgot. We can't be distracting you. You're busy doing stuff over there. As far as the Learjet incident, though... Oh, also, we did a little bit of flying in a fixed-wing commercial jet. No CRJs here in the game. I'm sure there are some that you can pay and get your hand on, but I'm not spending money on those because my interest isn't in fixed wing. I enjoy the rotorcraft stuff. But as the plane would have been in the slight bank to the left, there's just about zero chance of them seeing a helicopter approaching, and even at the typical descent angle of planes, they're kind of level, if not back slightly. Yeah, they probably never even saw it coming. We'll know once they look at the flight data recorders if TCAS was able to pick up on anything, and if it was muted. One day, just don't crash. Oh, hell no. Nobody's invited to ride with me until I'm confident enough that I can give quality rides. I'm not somebody, I'll showboat and do dumb shit here just because it's a simulator, but in real life I don't plan on doing anything questionable with people unless it's a job for me one day doing stunt flying or any wild crazy construction thing, but even then it's still you're flying within the limits of the aircraft. Yeah, so for anybody coming back and watching, yeah, that's kind of what we figured out on the DC crash that killed those 67 people, I believe. The Learjet crash, I've still got nothing. I have no ideas on that. I don't have anything to speculate with. The biggest thing I can think is like, oh man, the pilot had a heart attack and nosed over hard. But I believe there was a two-pilot airplane. Or at least being flown by pilot, co-pilot, or a pilot in command and second in command. That one was a wild crash. Visually, I'm going to say stunning, not for the stunning as in amazing, but stunning as in you can't believe what you just saw. Let's see, I want to zoom out here a little bit. These flights always seem shorter in the planning stages. Also, I can't even comprehend this amount of snow. We got 2 inches maybe at my place during that second winter storm that we got down here in Georgia. I can't imagine knee-deep snow. I don't know what to think it would be like. I've only seen smushy, mushy bullshit. Let's see. Is it still... I want to add a few more minutes to our day here. Bring the sun up a little bit. Hell yeah. Jake, crash your helicopter real quick and look at this shit. Look how beautiful this is. Got the sun just touching the sides of the mountain here. Was the Learjet pilot Japanese? Pretty sure he's Mexican. Although I feel there's a joke in there somewhere that I'm just not picking up on. Oh hell yeah, this is a sunset or sunrise cruise right here. But yeah, apparently that particular medevac company has 7 planes, well now 6, usually based around southwest, like Texas to Arizona areas, I believe. Of course, they'd fly all over the country, and one of them was in out of Mexico, and I believe that one was going back to Mexico because it was a Mexican crew that was running it. Yeah, dude, Alps or something else. Alps be Alpin for sure. Throw some more speed up in this bitch. How close are we to destination here? Yeah, getting there. Ain't no reason to hurry though. Because all that's going to happen when I'm done with this, we're going to have a nice, good, clean set down. It's going to be a happy flight. And then I'm going to go get the dog. We're going to both go outside and pee together. And we're going to call it a night. I've got 40 acres of woods to burn tomorrow. The bombing technique. Reverted back to ancestral stuff. Although, I wonder how many... I'm sure somebody's looked into this. But, like, you look at our American military, and you look at our pilots. We have the officer route that you have to do to become pilots. I don't know what it was for Japan. I don't know what it was in World War II, but you had to be an officer to become a pilot. Even then, officer is college and just out of college, so in the 22 to 24-year-old range. So I'm curious how young these Japanese pilots were. Were they able to have kids before this? Was this something that was was this a thing? We're way up there. Are there any descendants of, I don't want to say successful, it's not suicide bomber, that's like a terrorist sort of thing. What do they call them? What was the word for the Japanese? Kamikazes, that's it. I wonder if there are any living descendants of kamikaze pilots. Because I feel like most of them would have been young. Any older pilot, more than likely, I would assume, would have been in a training standpoint or given more instruction to do dogfighting sort of things, like more experienced. Like, we want you to stick around, but for the pilots who could just take off and fly and aim, I would assume it made more sense to tell them to be in the kamikaze style. Yeah, would be scary. I'm legitimately curious about this now. It's just like there's just descendants of Nazis and there's descendants of any bad guy, good guy. There's descendants of Stalin out there somewhere. You know, there's descendants of Mao. But I'm curious about the kamikazes now. Because I feel like Japanese culture, especially back then, was very, very honor-based. And I feel like most kamikaze pilots were probably virgins or incels. The pigeon-guided bomb, yeah, so they, for anybody watching this that is not aware of the pigeon-guided bomb, they taught pigeons to, they didn't, I'll say a screen, but what they would do, they would put a shape of a boat on a piece of paper or a projector or something in front of them, and when the bird would peck at the shape of the boat itself, or peck at the shape, or I don't know if they had some way of set up to where it automatically feed them. Anyways, the birds would peck at the shapes of Japanese boats. And the boat itself would be offset in the practical version of this. Let's say it's this screen here. So if the boat was in the middle, they would peck directly in the middle, and the location of their pecking on the screen would not put any inputs into the missile itself. But if the boat would be over here, they would peck on this side of what their viewing window was. The pecking on that side of the window would then actuate the fins, or not ailerons, but whatever the control surfaces of this bomb was, and it would steer the actual missile itself until it was centered on that ship. And they basically taught pigeons to be kamikaze pilots of bombs. I'm not going to call them missiles because missiles are self-propelled. I think these were just gravity-propelled bombs to drop out of like not B-52, but B-17. I think it was B-17 back then. Whatever the plane was. So they had redundant pigeon systems inside of the bombs. But hey, it makes sense, you know. You don't want it to turn around and try to hit an American ship. You gotta make sure your pigeon knows its boats. Because don't fuck with our boats. There was also the incendiary bat bombs that were invented. They would put whatever the World War II equivalent of napalm was on a whole bunch of bats. Little small bombs, like maybe size of your thumb, because the bats weren't huge. And the bomb would drop and it would air burst or air open at a certain altitude, releasing all of these bats. The bats would then fly into the more wooden structures, wooden, hay, straw, thatch, whatever you'd like to consider these structures. And then after 5 hours or 1 hour or whatever it was that they deemed necessary, the bats would explode in a fireball, but they never got to the point where they were using that. TPD, that's our boats. Speaking of boats, if y'all haven't seen Donnie T, the one and only number 47 president currently, all the tariffs and stuff he's putting on imports and whatever coming out of Mexico and Canada said they were looking for a plan to like retaliate against the 25% tariffs. It's like, cool, if you do that, we're gonna double it, no questions asked. And like what he's asking for to not be tariffed isn't crazy. It's like, hey, look, you got Fent coming over the border. You're letting a whole bunch of shit come over the border. And we're doing everything we can to keep it out of our country. Or we are now, at least. He's like, I just want you guys to also put the effort in to keep this stuff from leaving your country. And they're going to get upset about it. Trudeau left office. Who's up there now? Did they get that super conservative guy in, or has he yet to be confirmed? Ooh, I'm getting an updraft here. I'm also only going 32 knots. Got some more power we can give. Ooh, my fuel's kind of low though. We'll tack some fuel in. I'd rather not have to auto-rotate right now. I'm not even sure if this thing can auto-rotate. I'm not sure it was programmed into this one. I think this is Mont Blanc right here. Anybody down for some heli skiing? Drop you off up here, you go ski down the slope or whatever. And I just pick you up later. There you go, Jake, that's the view. I'm gonna come over here and skim the edge of this mountain on the way down. It's kind of weird because we're at an altitude now to where it's definitely putting a lot more throw into the collective to stay in the air. But also I'm playing in ground effect right now and being so close to the ground. So it's a very weird feeling as compared to Shut up. Shut up. Be a very weird feeling compared to normal stuff. Or normal, like, hovering at, in other areas. Ain't nothing wrong. Watch your damn mouth. Here, look. Look. There's your rotor speed, bud. I took it away. I took your rotor speed away. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Actually, I can't see this shit here. Bump this bitch over to day. Menu. This is very hard, 'cause I can't see what I'm doing. I'm gonna turn the brightness up. Kind of see our line there. I don't know how much further we got, and that's the thing. Let me read this real quick, just so you said a couple big things. Did you watch Brandon Herrera's recent thing on his "Don't Kill the ATF Quite Yet" thing? You can do a steep dive. The thing is, you have to really manage airspeed or forward airspeed, because you can get retreating blade stall. So, like, if I were to do a steep dive here, you see I'm quickly getting up to speeds that are dangerous for the airframe itself. See, and that would be catastrophic damage right there. And you get the retreating edge blade stall, which is where you're going so fast forward that of course, this particular rotor is spinning this way. This side, of course, it's still cutting through the air correctly, but this side that's retreating here, when you're under the correct speed, shut up. I know you have hella rotor speed right now. Just do better. I'm turning the horn off. Fuck you. But this backwards edge, it's only moving this direction at like 125, 140 knots, depending on whatever the rotor system and engine or whatever it is. So when you get going faster than that, this one's actually not creating lift. You have a lift imbalance in helicopters because of that. Yeah, Pro 2A director. That would be the move. I think we passed it. The place where we're going is over here. I can check that by doing this. Maybe. I can kind of see that now. I think we're supposed to be down here in this area. I am overspeeding this thing like a motherfucker. So we're going to do a spiral coming down. So that way we're not building too much airspeed, but yeah, we're pointing at the right area now. So I don't want to build too much airspeed, but if I'm just falling, it's going to overspeed the rotor system. And here it's like, okay, cool, I'm just pulling some G's. Not that big of a deal. But there's still proper approaches that you can and should do. Here, look, I'll turn the horn back on since I'm actually trying to fly now, since I figured out where we were going. keep the rotor in the correct speed now. You would still get retreating edge blade stall, or when the blades are pointing forward in forward flight mode, you would not. But in standard helicopters like a Chinook, you'll still get the retreating edge blade stall. It'll just be imbalanced, like front left and back right, or front right and back left, depending on which direction the blades spin, which I'm actually not quite sure of. Which will kind of put like a weird twisting-ish sort of motion or whatever into it. Like a torsion in the airframe itself. But yeah, the speeds are very important. Funny enough, you would think like, cool, just fly faster. Or like really lean forward and like kind of pull yourself forward. But you can see that's a very big torque demand on the helicopter. So your angle of attack does have a lot to do with it as well. And managing the blade speed on this, I don't know if it's that hard in different models of this. I know there's different years and iterations and control systems of these helicopters, and most helicopters itself. Like this is a like H-130 D2 or something like that. I want to see you fly an Osprey. No, that's what they're made to do. You're supposed to crash those. That's like the thing. I gotta figure out where our fucking helipad is. I'm assuming it's over here somewhere. I've still got no idea. It's like to our left. Shut up. It's like right below us and to the right there. Okay. For like a little bit that I can see this damn screen. Okay. If your damn computer system knew how to manage the fucking blades, I wouldn't be playing this game over and over and over again. World's most annoying helicopter. It's like it doesn't want me to slow down. Look, I'm gaining altitude. You think you're still overspeeding. Chill. Here, you like this? We're just gonna die. Beep, 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 beep. I despise this helicopter so much right now. Here, look, I'll just twist the throttle down. Fuck you. Oh, sure as shit, unthrottle this helicopter. Holy crap, leave me alone. Okay, where's my helipad? Yep. Don't click buttons while you're trying to do shit, Matt. Yeah, I'm just gonna come sit down in the parking lot because I literally have the fucking helipad snowed over to where I have no idea where it's at. Looks like I gotta go forward. But to where? But to where? Is it over here? Looks like a road. No, to the right. I think this is supposed to be it. Let's finish our look this way. Oh, it's better looking this way. Okay. I didn't crash. I was looking at the fucking screen. Fuck you. We landed. Okay. Anyways, that was fun. Eventful day. I'll talk to you guys next time, probably. And adios.